Guys, welcome to another tutorial. Well, it's pretty much an update to the last tutorial I done. The last tutorial I showed my new Umbrel server with all these applications installed. So the reason why I'm also doing an update tutorial is because now I'm going to be showing you how I connect to this remotely. So at the moment I'm connected to my server through a local connection, but now I'm going to be showing you how I use TailScale to hook up to the server. So this means that I can get this page, access this apps over the internet, even though this is going through an HTTP server. Since it's going through a TailScale VPN, it doesn't matter if it's unencrypted because the tunnel is encrypted. So yeah, we're going to be showing it. So let's get into it. So if we look on the bottom row, the last row at the bottom, the second from the left, you can see TailScale. This is installed on the server as a thing, and I set it up. So let's just click into the TailScale. So here is the details of this device. This is the server, so this is connecting to it locally. So now it's linked to the account that I am signed in to with this device that I'm talking to you on now. So what we're going to do is, if we go back, so if we look on the top left, so you've got Umbrel, that's the local connection. We've got Umbrel VPN. So if we click Umbrel VPN, it won't work because I am not connected to my TailScale network, but I'm just going to show you. As you can see, it's not working. So what we're going to do is, as we can see on the second row on the right, we've got the TailScale application installed on this phone. So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect from Wi-Fi. So this will simulate being outside of the network on a mobile connection. But the reason why I'm also reviewing this is because I've also got samba shares, and now I can access these samba shares through TailScale. So I can at least take my files on the go with me, or the files will still be here, but I can stream them on the go through TailScale. So we are on a mobile connection, so what we're going to do is launch the TailScale app. So now it's saying it's not connected. So it will connect. Give it some time because it's on a mobile connection, and voila! So we've got two devices. The first one is the device that I'm on, the Samsung, and then the Umbrel is the second device. That's the server that we're looking at before. So what we're going to do is click the Umbrel, and how we're going to access this, we're going to use the IPv4 address. So this is the IP address that TailScale has given this server. So what we're going to do is copy that address. So we'll just click on it. And now, if we go back to, I've also made a shortcut to this, so really I could just use a shortcut, but now we're going to paste in that IP address that I just copied. So there we go, and if we go enter, we should be able to access Umbrel through TailScale. And there we go. So I can take this wherever I am now because I'm on a mobile connection, or even if I'm on another Wi-Fi connection. There's still more to experiment with, like I just had an idea now of using a thing called Snapdrop through TailScale. But let me show you about Samba. So these the Samba thing. So this is Samba share. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate accessing my Samba shares remotely using VLC, because a lot of it is music, audiobooks, shows, video clips. So what we're going to do, since we're connected to the TailScale, we're going to say what we see now is, if we look at the top folders, we've got server, and then we've got server VPN. So if we go to server, that's if I'm connecting through a local network, as it says empty. But if we go server VPN, since we are connected through TailScale, we should be able to access the samba shares. If we go storage, I've already entered the password in the past and said remember me, so it should go into the root directory. Yay! So as we can see, these are the what's currently on my Samba shares. So these are all the folders that are in the Samba shares, PC software, audio books, and as you can see, it's working like a charm. So MIDI sequences. So I can now take all my personal music that I've got stored and all my personal the THI shows, music clips. Rather than taking my server with me, I can access this remotely, and I can stream all my content like I was on this network, on my local network, but I'm using TailScale to, yeah, and it's all secure. I don't have to worry about people, you know, getting into my server and all that, or reading the HTTP, which is plain text. So yeah, so let's just go one more time to see if that connects. And yee! We are on this server like we are on the local network, but we are using a mobile connection, as you can see on the top. And you can, even if I was on the Wi-Fi, the same Wi-Fi, you could access, install the server this way as well. It doesn't matter. But I won't use TailScale to access the server if I'm on the same local network, because what's the point? You know, your connection's going out just to come back in. I'd rather use a direct connection. We see this way of doing it, it's going through an indirect connection. It uses a DNS server called Magic DNS. So Magic DNS is another DNS service provider, so if your IP address changes or anything like that, you could still access your server. And yeah, so just double check, we can install, or we can access our apps and all that through that. So if we click Home Assistant, and now we can access Home Assistant through the TailScale. I've got to log into it, but that's okay, because what do you call it, all the credentials are saved using the local connection, not the TailScale connection. But as you can see, we've got Home Assistant up and running, and this is the Home Assistant that's on my personal server. And yeah, we can check the live usage through TailScale as well. So if I, as I said, if I was gone out and about and I needed to remote back into my server. The good thing about accessing a server this way, rather than how I've got my other server set up, is you don't need any port forwarding or DMZ, demilitarized zone, for your devices to access them over the internet. This is going through a VPN, so if you're in one of those situations where where your provider doesn't let you self-host or put a server in the DMZ, like what I've done also, because I've also got a server in the DMZ as well, my Proxmox server, and I access that Proxmox server through that way. I haven't tried installing TailScale on the Proxmox server, which in my situation is pointless, because I've made it so I can access it directly, and it's also got a self-signed certificate, so I don't have to worry about everything in HTTP. It's all in HTTPS, except for the file server that I host, it's HTTP, but those are files, so I don't really care. There's no username and password to access them, so there's no point of having it in HTTPS. So yeah, without further ado, I'd like to say thank you for watching another video. I just thought I would show how now I can access my server through TailScale. There are other means to access the server differently, but this is the way I'm going to be accessing it. So I can access the main server and also access the sub-servers that are installed. So without further ado, everyone have a good day, and until next time, choo choo.